it's Kelly, and sorry about this, but I need to reposition my camera here. I think I knocked it with my head the last time I was filming. Okay, I think that's straight. I'll be able to tell in just a minute when I go to my stream. So happy Friday night. Okay, looks like that's pretty straight. You're getting a little bit more of, there we go. I want you to see mostly my mat. All right, so that looks pretty straight. So happy Friday, everybody. Like I just said, tonight I am going to do a 2+ page layout. So I have these photos from an exhibit that a really close friend of and I were at in Milwaukee, but it's all over the country, called Beyond Van Gogh, and Van Gogh's paintings come to life. It's very, very cool is the only thing I can tell you. If you've not seen it, it's well worth it. And even if you're, you don't, I have an art background, so I appreciate that even more. But even if you don't, it's amazing. It's very, very cool to see. And I think it just makes his artwork even more understandable because it's huge and you can really see it close up. So you can see things like brush strokes and just style and that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I have these 10 pictures. I'm going to split them into one where I have these 4. So this is my friend and I that went. One of our favorite backgrounds. This is my favorite, one of my favorite Van Gogh paintings. Probably, yeah, there's so many, but probably one of my favorite. I love Starry Night as well, which you'll see in just a second. This one is really cool too. But anyway, so there's those. And then these are just some individual paintings of flowers and kind of what was happening as the paintings moved, and then 2 quotes that I really liked. And I do have these, there's 6 up photo sleeves. So I have, here's Starry Night as it starts, and then a few more details. This is that same painting that you saw part of on the other one. And then these where you're seeing both of us, and then these. So this is cool. It's how the show actually opens if you get there when it opens. So that was really neat to see as well. So I don't know that I'm going to do any embellishing on these pages, except where I have to because they don't fit. Like the photos aren't the right size. So here's a great example of that. This one is a little bit shorter than the actual photo behind it because it's just a shorter photo. There's one here. This one's a little bit thinner than the one on the other side, so I'll have to do something there. And then this one in the back here is basically a 4x4, so that won't fit. So I'll figure that out. It might be something I do tonight. It might be, I might not do anything with these tonight at all. I don't know that I want to do a bunch of embellishing on these, except maybe a phrase sticker or something somewhere, because I really want the paintings themselves to stand out. Like I suppose I could do something in the blank space if I wanted to, but it shows you how big these rooms are that the exhibit is in. And I'm guessing they must change them a little bit depending on the space they're in. So that's that. That's what we're gonna scrapbook. I did bring out, since this photo or this paper is a Vicky Boutin paper from a paper pad, and then this one is a Bella Boulevard paper, and I did play a little bit. I love this bright sunny yellow because it reminds me of sunflowers and some of the bright colors in his paintings. And then this I thought was a good match to, again, some of the colors in the paintings here, but also, they both look sort of watercolory and sketchy. And that's what I want to kind of look at, because things were a little bit sketchy the way he painted, very definitely you could see a lot of brush strokes and that kind of stuff in the painting. So anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this one's going to go on top of here, and I'll show you why. So here, if you look at those photos, you know, that on that background there, and if you do it on this, it just really does not pop the photos. So that's why I decided to do it that way. And then the other thing I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to put space in these or not, but I think maybe. I think a little space in between would be kind of nice. So what I'm going to want to do is sort of look, I'm not going to measure anything, but eyeball this. I think I like a little bit of the dots showing versus them backed up together, because they're, you know, put together like that, because they're not the same painting. So I'm just going to put these down here. Hey, Kristen, happy Friday to you as well. Okay, so just making sure, kind of eyeballing it, that I've got the same space here and on that side over there. Okay, there we go. And then a little separation there. Like I said, I'm not measuring, I'm just trying to get it something close there. And then I've kind of gone back and forth about whether I'm doing a title or not, but I could, because I don't have to, because I have that on that card. And this came from the Facebook post about the exhibit. I'm sorry, guys. There's no cough button tonight. Allergies. It's allergies. Okay, so then I'm just going to cut that kind of the same. And I'm a little bit off to this side here, but I think it'll be okay. And then I'm going to cut this piece here. I do have another piece of this kind of aqua and purple paper, or a scrap, and I did think about using it in that 6-up. Okay, so here's kind of what I'm imagining. Now, when I'm putting this down, obviously it's a little wider on that side, but what I don't want to do is I don't want this border and this border to be the same. So I'm going to pull this up. I either have to go down or up, and I like it there. So then my next dilemma is that really these photos here will take up the majority of the page. So I don't think I want to put them on this background again, because of the same reason. You really lose the photo. It doesn't pop off. So I think I'm going to take this away. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you what this is. This is Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark. And it is the Make Time paper. And that was a religious or spiritual paper, faith-based paper that they made for, eventually they transferred it into Illustrated Faith, which is what it was called. But before that, it was just part of Bella Boulevard's line. So I'm going to cut the border off of that yellow paper from Vicki Boutin's Kaleidoscope, I think. Okay, so then this is one of those times where I've got a double page, but I'm not using the exact same layout or even papers from side to side. I'm just going to get something in common here. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll take a drink here. No wine tonight, only LaCroix. But then this way, I think you'll really see the photos on this side as well, too. And they'll be, I store in 3-ring binders. So they, there's a separation between the 2 pages anyway. But I like to do this because I don't often buy 2 of a paper. So it's kind of a nice way to get the, what I want to say, get the a look of a coordinated layout without actually doing it in sort of the same, even, you know, not repeating all the papers on both sides. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bottom line just in case they're not cut exactly the same. And I could go back and cut them, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. So I just want the line that's going through the middle to be the same between the two photos. And there's a lot going on in these layouts, so I'm not sure that I'm going to have a lot that I have to embellish either. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Lots of allergies, although we got our first snow today. Nothing accumulated, but it snowed off and on all day, but just really light, like little sprinkly snow. Although when I left for work this morning, it wasn't snowing hard, but it was like raining snow. We've been really lucky. We've had a really beautiful warm fall, but really I could be okay if it didn't do that. And then, I think I told you guys 2 weeks ago when I was on that I was going to be doing something really fun that I would tell you about. So I actually went to Arizona for the weekend. It was my mom's 80th birthday a week ago Wednesday. So my sister, my brother-in-law, and I went to Arizona. She knew my sister was coming, but everybody else was a surprise. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was very, very cool. So it's just fun to, my brother lives about 3 hours from where I do, so I don't see him as much as I would like to, especially if my mom's not around. So it's cool. Kristen, where do you live again? I don't remember. I'm sure you have talked about it. I don't remember. Okay, so then I always think it's hard to see this when I use something that matches my mat. My only question here is, do I want to match this line with this photo line? And I don't really love that, so I am going to push it up just a little bit. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just glue it down. Ah, okay, gotcha. Then I know where you are. I've been to Rockford many times. I used to work for Carson Peary Scott. I was a buyer for Carson Peary Scott, and I bought china and silver flatware, and our warehouse was actually just outside of Rockford, west of Rockford. So I spent lots of time down there. That was before I became a massage therapist years ago. All right. So I have the basic bones of the layout done. And again, I'm going to have this to work with yet. And we'll figure that out. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to pull that extra piece of paper that I said I have right here so I don't forget to use it. Okay, so then thoughts here. I have this great Vicky Bouton's hashtag sticker book. I have the color book. I can't remember which series this is, but it's, one of the watercolory ones. Oh, between Rockford and DeKalb. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it was fun. The funny thing about being a buyer is you spend very little time buying product and most of the time analyzing product. But it was great when I worked in China and Silver. I also bought women's coats at one point, and then I bought decorative pillows. So like, I don't know, needle pointed pillows, the color pillows like that Kohl's styles. That's what one of the things I bought when I worked for Kohl's. Chair pads for your wood chairs and throws. And then my boss bought kitchen towels and table linens, which I, helped out with that too. So it was fun. I enjoyed it while I did it, but then I was happy to get out because then the crash happened in like 2008. Just toying with popping this on there. Oh, and this is one of those lovely ones that doesn't go all the way to the end. I hate that they do that. I think this is a little distracting with all that color there. If I'm going to do something, I could do it with a washi. Like, and this might just be a good test. I just want to see if, yeah, that wouldn't be bad with some orange in it because there's so much orange. I did love, love, love buying deck pillows though. Well, and then I bought, as part of my buying responsibilities, when I bought china, I bought good Christmas china. We had a housewares buyer too. So, oh yeah, all the spode, lots of fun stuff. Ornaments, I love Christmas, so that was fun. Enjoy the little things. I don't know that this is so little, but I like this hello. That's kind of cool. That would bring color in. These butterflies are amazing. And I have 3 of them. So I think that would be a good time to use those. There's also some hearts. I also thought about, I don't have any journaling. I thought about, oh, that's right. I thought about these flowers because there's a couple of these, and flowers are so prevalent in his work that I thought maybe I could do, you know, start a cluster with those. So I'm going to do that one. And I think I found a couple more in here. Also thought about using one of these in here. This gold might be kind of nice. I could use that to perhaps journal on, do something with a cluster. I'm starting to get a lot of stuff around here. That's okay. There's a little butterfly there too. Then they have these gold ones, which are kind of cool. So maybe I could come back to those. I wonder if we're going to see. These are, oh, these are on acrylic. They're on acrylic. They're on clear sticker paper. So if I did this, I'd have to put them on white, I think, because you're not really going to see that. I don't know. Do you guys use the clear stickers? Oh, I love that, Kristen. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I have a set of china. And I didn't, my everyday dinnerware didn't come till I was married. So that was after I worked in China, but it is one of the patterns I bought at one point in time. This would be kind of a cool way to do a journaling block too, but I think it's going to be a lot. I almost prefer that. Yeah, I think whatever this is it's big and round. If I had glued that down differently, this down differently, maybe. There's just lots of these little frames too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Kristen, is that's what I usually do as well. I put them on white and then I just fussy cut them. Just because, who wants to, yeah. If you use, it's fine if you don't use a lot of pattern paper, but if you use pattern paper, forget it. This is the other flower I found. It's a yellow and white. So I could definitely scatter some of those around. I might be able to fussy cut flowers off of, oh, there's flowers here too. Are they on sticker paper? Yes. This is on the clear sticker paper too, but I'll remember those, or you'll help me remember those in case I need more, or I don't like the colors. Because this would be, this is repeating the yellow. Might want to go for that one instead. Okay, and then some hearts. So probably need to decide if I'm going to do any type of title. And this is interesting because this is kind of a cool font. It doesn't feel big enough to me though. Like if I was going to do that, it should be up here. But maybe I could do an orange, some sort of orange. Now I have orange doodle butters. see. I could probably get beyond. I can definitely get. Let's see. Thinking. I can get beyond Van Gogh out of this sheet, and I kind of like the orange. We'll see what I think once I get it on here. I think it works well with that. I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper though, because I don't know that, and if I can't get the whole Beyond Van Gogh here, then I can put Beyond in another font. Yeah, obviously I do too, Kristen. I tend to use all pattern paper for backgrounds. Once in a while I'll use a solid, but it looks funny to me now because I've been scrapbooking with pattern paper for so long. But the funny part is if you go back to my original albums, I did start scrapbooking on cardstock, and there's nothing wrong if you like it. And I think like people who do, there's so many people who do such beautiful work on white cardstock, and it just looks so good. When I look at it, I'm like, eh. It just doesn't look as good to me when I do it. And I think that's just, everybody's got a talent in some way, and I think mine is, I like pattern. Obviously, if you've watched this, you know that. Well, I might be able to get in here. It's getting close. This is riveting, isn't it? So we're talking about this. We're expecting an inch or two tomorrow night, which normally I wouldn't care, but I go to a charity gala that I've talked about, I'm pretty sure before, called This Time Tomorrow, and they do random acts of kindness for people who have been nominated. They have cancer, and this organization shows up at their door, and they give them $3,000, check for $3,000, and then a swag bag of other things as well too. And you can nominate anybody, like you guys could nominate a friend that you know. If you just Google This Time Tomorrow, they have I think it's thistimetomorrow.org, but don't quote me on that. And not that long ago, I did have a subscriber nominate a loved one, and they actually they got a rack. And I've had a couple, I've had a cousin nominate a brother-in-law. I had, trying to think, a client nominate a friend. So I like to publish it because, boy, if you're going through cancer treatment, $3,000 is a lot of money. So not to bring the room down, but that's tomorrow night. And it's going to be cold here, and it's going to snow, because it always does that. I've been going to this gala for a few years, and we missed it last year. They did it on YouTube Live, which was cool, but not quite the same experience because we eat a really nice meal. We go to this beautiful old Milwaukee hotel called the Pfister. That's just amazing. And then listen to really, really good music. The guy who runs the charity is a friend of mine. He and his wife are good friends. So, but anyway, we dress up in very fancy dresses, and no, Kristen, it is not Wisconsin only, and it's across the country. So anybody can do that. I think what they tend to do, they partner with Northwestern Mutual, and if they can't get to where you are, if it's somebody who's in your area, maybe they would be able to do that. But what they do is then they find a Northwestern Mutual agent in the area, and they deliver the random act of kindness. It used to be like whole families of people would be there. Since COVID, it's a little bit more personal than that, just because you don't want to get too many people near a cancer patient. So, but yeah, it's really cool. So it's all over the country. And again, thistimetomorrow.org, and you can nominate people, as many people as you want. There's nothing to stop you from doing that. It's a very cool charity. And it all started, it's called This Time Tomorrow because Corey wrote a song called This Time Tomorrow. He had a friend who had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I believe, and was given a pretty short time to live, and he is a 20-plus year survivor now. But it was scary. One of his closest friends had cancer, and so he wrote this song because he's a songwriter. And that's how the charity started. It's a cool story. So anyway, so I think I have to have something to talk about. Might as well talk about something really good, right? While we do this. So I have a navy blue sparkly and lacy dress and reasonable high heels, because when you have plantar fasciitis, you probably don't want to be running around in high heels for too long. And now it's going to snow, so I was talking to the friend that I'm going with. We have other friends that we sit at the table, but we're meeting and we're going to drive down together. And I said, of course, it's tonight as we're trying to, wear our good shoes. So I'll be wearing my really sparkly, fancy dress with my Columbia jacket to keep me warm. That's a Midwestern girl. Bring flats. Yeah, the only problem is with my plantar fasciitis, I need a really cushy shoe, and I don't have any flats that fit that bill, but that is a great idea for going outside. You just, if you're from any place where it snows, you just deal with it, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that trick that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that Rachel Reynolds taught me, and she got it from somebody else. You brayer your letters down and they don't come up then. So I just brayer them in like 4 directions to make sure I really got it. Because these letters, these are an old Bella Boulevard Sophisticates alphabet. So Kristen wants me to wear a cheese head to finish the look. Yes, I don't own a cheese head. Isn't that sacrilegious and awful? I do not own one. I have given them as gifts more than once, but I don't personally own one. Packers shirts, yes. Cheese heads, no. Okay, so my other options for colors on those other flowers, I think were kind of a pink and kind of a aqua color, right? Yes. The pink probably, I don't think I'll use, it's a fuchsia pink, which is appearing nowhere in these pictures. Not that it might somewhere in the paintings, and like maybe on the other side, but not in these. So I'm just trying to think of where I want to put these. Like this would be a good place to do one. So we'll do one there. There's this yellow one. I'm tempted to want to do it here or here. They're so big. That is one thing I was not thinking about. Okay, so, and I was thinking clusters of 3. Now I could always pull this so that it's coming off the page. Then I almost have to do that down here as well. I think you guys can see this. Yeah, you can. Well, I'm going to do it. Like here. I don't think that looks too heavy, do we? I feel like that's sitting like right on top of the title. Let's see if we add a little butterfly. You have to be careful with these hashtag sticker books because they are so thin. Yeah, and I really don't like it there. Okay, so let's see. All right, we're going to make this work. I could also grab this piece there, except we have these butterflies, that's right. I think let's do this one up here. This has a lot of purple in it on this red flower. And then the question is, because I could grab this and put it down here on white sticker paper and journal on that. Or guess what? That's what I'm doing, because I just stuck it down. Darn it. Ah. All right, did not want to do that, but that's what we did. Sometimes it happens. Okay. I was thinking about doing this. I shouldn't have put this all the way down, but oh well. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm really making a mess. Okay. Our little butterfly is just going to have to cover that mistake up. That's not a mistake. It's an embellishment opportunity. This didn't even go down straight, which I don't love, but here we go. So then what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of foam tape, and I'm going to put it just in the middle of their bodies here. And I do have that other little butterfly. I wish, let's see, can I make it work in this direction? I don't like the line showing through. I really liked it the other direction, but since I wasn't watching what I was doing there, that's okay. Like I said, I don't remember who says it, but somebody calls those embellishment opportunities when you do stuff like that. Do I like him? Okay, that guy's going that way, so I'm going to make him go this way. I don't know why I think this butterfly's a boy, but apparently I do. Let's cut the tops, or the extra, off. And I have a ton of stuff I can embellish with, not just these. Actually, this did something cool. I could have just folded that over. Those stickers are so thin. That would have been a good one. Okay. Oh, you guys, I'm really liking the way those look. And let's see. I'm looking to see if there's hearts. So I have hearts on this page to see. I've got pink and I have a red orange. And then I have this purpley bluey guy. These will pop right up. Yeah, I think if I do that, I'm kind of hiding them behind their wings, or let's see. Okay, I like that one over there a little bit better. This guy we're going to put there. I do still have this little one here. Looking to see, do I want to put one? No, I think he's going back on the sheet for today. I like the clusters, the centered clusters. And then this little hello, I think is going to go back on this sheet as well too. This is cute. It's a rainbow, but I think it needs to go for another day. I'm really liking the way this looks. Oh, and actually maybe I can use those on some of those other photos. So far, I really like the way this looks. Thanks, Kristen. I do like the butterflies. What I'm thinking now is some enamel dots, and then I have those other pages to embellish or do something with. And I'm thinking there's a lot of green in those paintings, but I'm not seeing a lot of green here. So I'm thinking maybe this kind of, not the yellowy green, but this other green maybe, right here. See how I like that. Yeah, I like that. A lot of times when I do this, I just look for a color that I feel like is missing, that's prevalent in photos or whatever, and that's how I determine that. And then this one, and do the same thing here. I'm going to bring this, oops, not all that far over. Now you also can you can glue down the butterfly and then pop foam tape on it on their wings. That's another way I sometimes do that, but it'll give it a little dimension in your book. Okay, there we go. And then we need one more little one, and I'm liking the bit of green here. And I'm going to switch these two. I think I want the bigger one on the bottom. Just the weight feels a little bit better that way, I think. Yeah, that feels a little more balanced to me. Okay, so that's this so far. Now we have that other page to go to. So we'll bring those back. I'm just going to set them just right off as a reference point for me. And let's see, so my paper on that other page is running up and down. So that's what this stuff needs to do. So I need to get this one. And I'm lazy. So when I do stuff like this, so I'm just using, this is, oh, actually, I don't want to glue this to the back. I just thought about that. My photo sleeve here has a piece between the two photos. Some of them, they just go back to back. This one doesn't. See how lovely and easy it is to roll your ATG off when you make a mistake, if you get it. If you get it early. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut. This is what I'll do. This is what I always do for my December daily when I do the pages back to back. Okay, so this one can go back in here. And then instead of doing that, where it goes between the two, I'm going to justify it to this side over here and just leave the pattern on one side for this one. I don't know why, just I like it better. I think it calls more attention to the photo that way. Okay, so there's that. Then we have this one. So this one will need a full piece as well. Actually, I'm going to do it with the wrong one. I need to cut this one. Again, I'll just put it on the back and do my lazy cutting job. And I have this kind of cut into over here, so I'm going to make sure it's the same. I'm just going to cut. There we go. Yeah, I thought this one was a little bit higher than the other one. the height of this photo is. I have plenty of this paper. Okay, then this one will go back in here. And in this case, yeah, I think it's a little bit less distracting if I justify it one way or the other, that you see the photo better. So then this and that. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for where's the middle is here, so the pattern paper is on the outside there. And then this one is a little interesting because it's shorter. So what I'm going to do is cut one the width of this photo. And then, let's see, I'll put glue right here. I'm going to use this photo to measure it, to make sure it works. Although this is a tiny bit shorter. Guess what? Yeah, this is just a picture of clouds, so I'm not worried too much if I'm going to just trim this one so that they're the same back to back. Again, there's an opportunity for just invention there. All right, so then this one can go in here. I just put it at the top. It could have gone at the bottom. Could have gone partway between each. But there we go. So I'm thinking, so now when you flip through, most of these don't have anything, but there's a little spot of that there, and then little spots of it here where I needed to. I could have cut, because my photos are not exact 4x6s, because they are iPhone photos. So they're not a 4x6. I could have cut 4x6 pieces of paper behind that. Life is too short for doing that stuff like that. Okay, so then I do still have that yellow flower too. I'm thinking maybe a label, something up there. Also could do something that is going off the paper a little bit. Or just stick it right there. That's an idea. Except I think this color is not right for this. It is for the rest of the theme, so maybe I'll keep that out. But this is so blue and so yellow. I don't know that I have any blue. Let's see, and that's a clear sticker. See, I have blue. I had a yellow one there, but I've used it. Here's a blue and yellow label. I'm going to pull this off again. I don't like that flower on this label. That flower may have to go. Oh, I just thought of something. So, let me see if I can make this work. because this is my friend that I'm with. This is her absolute favorite painting. So I think that'll be cool to do that. And then that is the first, this is the first page of the 6-up. And then if I do this, and I cut off just a little bit of that flower there, we're echoing what we did on the other page, but just a little bit differently. And I do have a butterfly, so maybe I can, we'll see. Where's that butterfly? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because that'll just carry it across. You lose a little bit of this butterfly. I'm also going to just put him on flat because this is going in the sleeve, the full sleeve. So there we go. So we have the butterfly. So that echoes. And what it'll do is this will actually sit. When I've got this in my album, it'll sit like this. Oops, lost my heart there. Need to put a little sticky on that. It'll sit like that between the two pages. And the reason I do it that way, let me get this back on. So the reason I do it that way is if I sat it behind this, there'd be another scrapbook layout here, like another theme. So it makes sense to sit it in here. So that is kind of cool because it echoes that and this here. I don't think I'm going to do anything more on this page. Let's see. Do I want to pop in maybe another journaling piece? Because this was so cool. This is the floor. So I could talk about that somewhere. And I have this green, this bright green label. This is nice that it's like underneath here. So that's easy enough to do that and bring it across because I don't want to put it on the label or on the floor, and I don't want the label sticking out anywhere. So maybe one here, leave this blank, and then thinking about what I can do here. Maybe this is where our noted circle comes in. And if I do this right, okay, so Kristen says, I wonder how it would look if you ran washi down the center of it. Down the center of what? Because I may have missed when you put that, when you asked that question. I'm going to put noted, except this has to go inside now that I think about it, but that's okay. It would look, I wonder how it would look if you ran washi down the center of it. Would it look forced? Down the center of the page protectors? So I'm just going to wait till she replies there. The comments are always run a little bit behind. Oh, between the pockets where it's blank. It might, and I don't mind the openness. First of all, if I did that, that's where the opening is. The opening is in the center, so I don't want to do that because I want to be able to get the pictures in and out if for some reason I decide I want to do that. But I don't mind seeing a peek of the layout beyond here because you can see a peek of what's going on in the background there. So, but yeah, that's if yours, because I do have my 3-ups where they're just half of this, like this, you insert them through the top. So that you could do it if you had one like that where they go through the top, but this one is not like that. But that's a great idea. Okay, so is this the place where we bring the clear stickers in? No, too big. I want it smaller than that. Leave a little sparkle where it is. Today is awesome works very well. I might have to drop, I'll come back to those clear stickers in just a minute. I have a gold butterfly that's solid gold. Just looking for some color here. Maybe coming back to that kind of turquoise color that's in that background paper. Or do I lose? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so that's good. And then the one thing I didn't do over here was any of my little enamel dots. And I think I probably want to do at least one. So that is a, Kristen, I was just thinking about that. That is a super cool idea for like doing that if you can see through when you do your December daily. Sometimes you can see through. So I think that might be kind of cool. I'm going to use the big one on that one. And then on this one, I think I'll use even the smallest one. Let me see. Yeah, the smallest one there. Just so we can get carrying through a few little pieces. I talked about this when I did that album for my stepkids, that I carried things through the whole album. So then I think I'll leave this side blank because I have a little bit of embellishment there. And then maybe, see, there's my little peek again. You peek back and you don't see a lot of it. And if that bothers you, then that idea of popping some washi tape or something, as long as you don't mind not being able to get to the photos if you've got something like that. But that's a great idea to do that. Must put that in my head for December daily. I have done that. So Kristen just said she's done it down the side by the binder holes, but not in the middle. I have done that through the binder holes as well too, especially if I'm trying to reinforce something. I have an orange label here. Could bring in some orange. Let's see what else is here. There's a happy sticker here. But I think that's too, maybe just a little tab. Gold tab, green tab. This is black and white tab. This yellow tab, maybe. This page here doesn't have a lot on it. It calls too much attention to itself there. It's bright and screaming, look at me. Here's a black and white one. That would work with the black and white. Yeah, I like that better. So I'll just do black and white here. I probably won't put a lot of color on this one, just because this page is so black and white. And then I'm going to pop it down here just a little bit. This one says, this piece says, memories, believe, good times, favorite, eat well, sweet, hello, happy together, love it, hey girl, daily notes. So that's kind of fun. There are some hearts here. Looking to see if I have any hearts back. Oh yeah, these hearts are pretty big. These hearts are also fairly large. These are cherry blossoms, I think. I'm gonna make it more monochromatic here, but maybe I'll put a green, one of the green dots here. I think these are cherry blossoms, and when they animate them, it's amazing. You are standing and you feel like you are in the midst of cherry blossoms falling on your head. It was so cool. So I've changed my mind. This is so monochromatic on this side. I'm going to change what I did everywhere else and not use that green. I love this photo of the two of us. And so I think it'll be cool if I just leave it more, look at this. Here's a little bit more plain and simple. Here's a single enamel dot left here and an aqua color. That's going on here. That was meant to be. So now I'm repeating kind of elements, the stickers and that kind of stuff, but not exactly as all the other pages. So you guys, I'm getting excited. I had a thought the other day that it's almost time to get my December daily stuff together in my basket and my paper and that kind of stuff. I mean, I only have like, 2 weeks and it's Thanksgiving. It's not even 2 weeks, which is crazy. Okay, so there's that one. So this is done. So here are our 2 original pages. So from the Beyond Van Gogh exhibit. And like I said earlier, if you have not seen this and it's in your area, go. It's amazing. And even one of my cousins and I were talking about it because he really doesn't have any art background and hasn't spent a lot of time in museums. And he said it was just so cool and a really neat way to see things that you've probably seen, because I think most people have seen Starry Night and probably the sunflowers, which is not this exact photo, but there's a sunflower photo that most people have seen, that kind of stuff. So just go. It's very cool. Anyway, so here's my original spread. I did not use exactly the same paper from side to side because this paper, when I put it on, if you're joining us later, go back and watch the beginning when I put them on the 2 different papers. They pop on this one, you lose them in this one. And the same thing was true on this side, that they popped on the yellow paper, but I lost it there. So I just repeated the yellow paper across here. And then I have 2 6-up photo sleeves, double-sided. And there's the Starry Night because it was so cool. And then repeated some of the pieces from here. Did a little more journaling space for myself here. Left this one blank because we've got something going on there. There's a lot going on in there. And then just added a small label on this side because this was such a cool thing. So, and then it will lay in my book like that, basically, is how that's going to lay. And I actually like that because I think it's nice. Now, actually, if I could have put something like down here and it would have been opposite. Little too late for that now. And I'm not going to worry that much about it. I think it looks fine as it is. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys. Coughing again. But there you go. So there's a 2-page layout and then some for tonight. I'm so happy to have this done and to be able to get this in my book. So I'll journal on this and then it'll be all ready to go. And tomorrow I need to start sorting my pages that I have made since I moved in May. You guys, May. I haven't put anything away. And I need to do it because it's where my nativity scene is going in like 2 weeks. So that will be a project. Maybe I'll sort them tonight into the different books they have to go in. Tomorrow I can actually get them in. So, all right, you guys. So I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining me. It was great to be with you again on Friday night. And I think I'll be live next Friday. We'll see. I cannot always tell anymore. So anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye, everybody.